Hello and welcome to another edition of the Big Freakin' Friday Show on the College Football Mafia Network. I'm your host, Nathan Balmer Brown. With me are my co-host and also a new visitor that we always love to have come back every night because Wild Ute is out tonight. That would be the Becky. Go Huskies. How you doing tonight, Becky?
Doing good, guys. It's good to be here.
I'm glad you could make it. Moen, lots of news and notes today. You've been on top of all that stuff. What are some of the things that get you started as you look into going into this long weekend?
Oh man, it's been lots of things in college football today. Talked to Wild Ute yesterday. You guys are gonna love this. Wild Ute was asking me about Mad Dog 2020. He is outside of Utah, and he wanted to get a bottle to bring back to Utah.
Okay.
I don't know why. He said that he wants to do another Mad Dog 2020 challenge. I told him I would be down for it. Apparently he's down for it, but I think we may have put that bug in his system, guys. I think he may be a Mad Dog man now.
Maybe the Mad Dog gave him the bug is what I would think is how that would work. But
I'm just questioning how old he is right now. Like that is something you drink when you're like 15, 16 years old.
Well, he kind of is 15 or 16. Have you ever seen him? I've seen him in person, and he is about 15 or 16 years old. Beautiful wife and lovely kids, but yeah, he's not much older than that as it goes. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you so much. I think we're gonna just be headlining a few news and notes that happened this week, as Moen mentioned. There was late breaking news tonight, and I haven't really had a chance to digest it. And before we get into sort of what we do at the top of the shows on Fridays, Moen, I want you to headline this. Let me bring it up. I'll share the screen. There's been a new evidently bill announced. I'm going to let you cover it because I haven't had a chance to get into it. But this is so new. I want to get on top of it as early and as quickly as we can. Why don't you kind of tell everybody what this is about tonight?
Well, this is a new bill. This is bipartisan. It was introduced in the Senate. Obviously, this is different from both the SCORE Act and the SAFE Act. This is the CSCA. They couldn't come up with a good acronym for it, so it's the CSCA Act. And basically, this provides an antitrust exemption for college football and allows them to they adjust the Sports Media Act, Sports Broadcasting Act of 1961, and pool their rights optionally. This is not a mandatory pooling of rights. That means if you are a Big Ten school, you do not have to submit to have your media rights pooled with other schools. This also means that potentially the Big Ten and SEC could pool their media rights together.
Of course.
So, I mean, and this just came off the presses like 30 minutes ago, guys. So I haven't had a chance to read the bill yet. I did get a chance to watch the proceedings today.
Okay. Don't get into that. Don't get ahead.
I
talk
won't,
about the president.
I haven't had a chance to read the full bill yet.
Okay.
Once I read the full bill, I'll have a lot more understanding. But the keys I understand from the reporters are antitrust exemption that prevents some of these lawsuits that the NCAA is getting into. And then it allows pooling of media rights, which is what a lot of people have been clamoring for, except it has an optional media rights pool. So it doesn't force or mandate anybody to jump into a pool with anybody.
Now, I understood. Let's just start the show off with this because it is a big deal. I understood. I read Cody's deal, and his is optional as well. They both strip out the protections that say they can't. Now, Cody has other things in his that it's not as slim as what you're talking about here. But Cody did not force people to put theirs together either.
Go ahead, Becky.
Here's the thing. This new bill, though, does allow those who are who have the largest viewership.
Yeah.
they actually get more money if they opt in. So if you drive viewership, I was just reading this, and Ross Tellinger had it. Essentially, it allows those who are driving the sport,
right,
to be rewarded with with a little bit more incentive and more cash.
I wonder how, when we're talking about a bill, legislation that goes to law, how does that have anything to do with payouts for media values? I'm not saying you know the answer to this. I'm just curious. And are you guys hearing that music, or is that just me?
I can hear it.
I can hear it.
It's not.
Shut that tweet.
Okay. This one?
Yeah.
No, that's not it. That came out of nowhere. It's not me though.
Okay. Well, it stopped.
That's better. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Anyway, okay. So we'll get back to that. We'll reference to it. I just wanted everybody to know about that. Just happened. Follows on the roundtable meeting that happened today, coming out of the this presidential media thing that there's not a lot of reasons to sort of break these things into pieces. So let's get to the one I had. That's Summit. There's still radio. I don't know what that is, but it's not me. I'm hearing Pizza Row or something. Is that you guys?
I don't know. Maybe here we can figure it out real quick.
Yeah, because I'm not sharing anything now.
Here, I'm gonna mute myself and we'll see if we hear it.
Okay. Yeah, it's you, Mon. Yeah, something coming through, bleeding through. Clay Travis, who was invited to the roundtable, and you might even have some better links to go along with that. For some reason, it didn't share. Clay Travis put out a thing this morning as he was going into this roundtable that the president had called, which at the end of the day, everybody needs to understand was a confab more than anything else. It was an opportunity for a picture. The invite list was extensive, and for some reason, I don't know if the link that I had got deleted, but I didn't get the full invite list. Do either you guys have that full invite list?
It was available? I put it in the chat, in the private chat.
Okay.
Earlier today.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I can pull it. I mean, like, it's a deep list. Clay Travis was on it. Clay Travis was on it yesterday, but he was not on it today, which I thought was weird.
That is, because he had a comment, and that's what I put out his tweet from earlier this morning.
We had Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent, Secretary of the Interior Doug Burgum, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and Secretary of Education Linda McMahon.
Okay.
As well as Governor DeSantis, Speaker Johnson, House Majority Leader Scalise, Senator Cruz, Senator Schmidt, Chairwoman Lisa McClain, Representative Jim Jordan, Representative Brett Guthrie. Then, now we get into the big ones. Valerie Ackerman, the Big East Commissioner, Charlie Baker, President of the NCAA, Pete Bevacqua, I know I butchered his name, but he's the AD at Notre Dame.
Right.
Then we have Dave Biltzer, the co-owner of the Sixers, Devils, and Washington Commanders. Cody Campbell, board chair, Texas Tech. Jerry Cardinale, partner of the USFL, New York Yankees, Fenway, etc. We had Joe Castiglione. AD at Oklahoma. Jim Clements, former Clemson University president. Scott Dolson, athletic director, Indiana University. Boris Eshton, the senior personnel counsel to the president. Mark Gannis, the president, managing director, and co-founder of Sports Corp. Sarah Hirschland, CEO, USOPC. Lou Lamorello, Hockey Hall of Fame.
Okay,
Levine.
we can just stop there because when we're talking Hockey Hall of Fame, we're talking what is Marco Rubio doing? What do we? I mean, are we not bombing Iran?
I found out Rubio. I did find out Marco Rubio's son plays at Florida.
Okay, I'm not saying that he didn't have a reason for himself to be there. I'm saying that's what's broken about this. One, the timing could not have been worse in a real world sense. We have real things to worry about. We are in a war. We're at least killing people. So if we're going to call that what it is, at the end of the day, we have all these real life deals. We have an extremely high interest rate. I'm paying more debt than I ever have in a very long time. All these things we can't control. And yet we throw all these people together in the White House to talk about college athletics.
Yeah. But did we really talk about college athletics?
Okay. What did we talk about, Mo? Tell everybody what
I
we
watched it
about.
For over 2 hours. Okay. And I can tell you, a judge did something wrong. We've heard that 50 plus times. A judge did something wrong. Even though this was a settlement, they settled. This was mutually agreed upon. The judge did something wrong.
The Supreme Court did something
wrong. Can't things go back to the way they used to be? We heard that several times. Urban Meyer does not like collectives.
He made collectives sound like they are the worst thing and they should be abolished. I'm not kidding.
Well, there's reasons for that, but we don't need to get into that now. Anyway, keep going. I want to hear this. I love this editorial stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, we heard that. We heard the SCORE Act brought up a bunch of times. Can't you use the SCORE Act as a base? Can't we use this as a base? Can't we use this as a base? Can we build off of this? Is this agreeable for everybody to build off of? There was a young lady from UMass who talked about women's sports and the cuts to women's sports. We heard that.
That's actually an important one.
But overall, I can sum it up in one action.
Please do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
I wouldn't even lie. He was practically falling asleep at times. That's how dry this was, by the way. Like it was, I had to turn it off after like an hour. It was so dry. Like it's dry.
It was the same things over and over again. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, I get it. Even Cody Campbell really didn't say a whole lot other than, we've got to adjust. We got to address the revenue situation, which we heard a couple times. We've got to figure that out, figure out the revenue situation, because that's what's killing college sports, which I'll be honest with you, that article from USA Today, the opinion piece the gentleman wrote earlier this week,
I've got it right here.
Sums up how to save college sports pretty much. Cut spending. Stop spending so much money.
Yeah.
But the problem is that everybody wants to win, and everybody's going to continue to spend money and raise that number up to where it's become the norm to spend $150 million to win a national championship.
Yeah, my thoughts on it, and obviously I'm at loss tonight because you's not here, and I've got two Big Ten people who are fully empowered and enabled, and they're going to be fine either way. Speaking for the rest of the world, I get the sensitivity that we want action done, and I hope we can accomplish some big things, but you're not going to do it from the judge's bench. And you're not going to do it in some agreed-in settlement. It's going to either have to be – there's really only two paths forward. Pass legislation, which now we've got this one, Mo, and you were just mentioning is the third or fourth effort to do something to go in that way. Or – and the one person you didn't mention there, Becky, is a college or football men's men's
we hadn't even
player.
gotten there. Oh,
You
there
got
were
one?
no
Somebody got invited? No.
There are no athletes there.
That's what I was just going to say. There's some retired
former
athletes in there.
There are former athletes, like Charlie Ward was there because he's the head basketball coach.
Well, and the UMass young lady you spoke about as well. I'm saying no athletes, and if you can't have athletes at the table, it's still a broken system. So, it would be great if we could rule by fiat.
By the way, he was asked about that. Trump was asked about that.
And what did he say?
He said we have agents. I'm not joking.
And who's the agent there?
He was, hold on, pulling him up.
Because I know a lot of famous agents and none of the ones that I know.
Seth Levinson, sports agent, Aces.
I think he was saying agents in a broader sense.
Yeah, because Robert Klein was also there from Redbird Capital.
Okay, that's not so when you say agents, Mo, and you're talking about agents
I believe what the president was saying is that agents in a broader sense, like Brett Yormark is an agent.
Thank you.
That's what I'm trying
athletes.
To
in the Big 12, and
so how can we? All these balls are in the air at the exact same time, and I would love to be able to just sign on a piece of paper and have stuff fixed. If it would be fixed right, but we live in a very complex world and there's really no way to do that. Getting people together and talking, I've been advocating for that since we started the channel. I think it's wonderful. I think we should be talking more. I think we should be doing things, but just throwing all these high-powered people in one room at the White House to talk. I can't believe, Mo, you spent that much time listening to that, but 2 hours or more, and then really all it is it's a list of attendees and it's a picture or two. At the end of the day, that's not going to fix anything. So really bottom line, and then we're going to get to shout outs. It's now Friday evening, right? What did we learn that we didn't know going into the Friday morning meeting?
Well, I don't think we did. And I've said this earlier I didn't even think this was going to happen. I figured they would pull it. I figured there's bigger things at hand here. They would get rid of this roundtable, but they had it anyway. But it's bread and circuses, man. It's just bread and circuses. Everybody giving
look at this hand here and don't pay attention to what this hand here is doing.
Everybody got a collective pat on the back. I will say this, Tony Petiti didn't say a word. I didn't.
Well, there's nothing for him to say.
I know, but Greg Sankey spoke. Yeah.
That surprises me, actually. Greg Sankey said something.
Greg Sankey did. Brett Yormark did. Jim Phillips did.
Brett Yormark, Phillips, they make sense. But again, what does Sankey have to prove?
He didn't have anything to prove. He kind of made a statement that, about that stuff. Before we get into shout outs, let me know. So I want to just give an update on a community member here.
Yes, please.
For a moment. Everybody knows Ryan Willie, longtime fan of the channel, longtime fan of PATC. He's been going through some stuff lately. He is in the hospital. He wants to let you all know that he's in the hospital and he is trying to get better. He may not be able to go back to his home and independent living. That's still up in the air, I think. But anyway, I just wanted to give you a shout out, Ryan, let you know we're all thinking about you. And again, you have my phone number. You've got Nate's phone number. Anytime you need to talk to somebody, give either one of us a call or drop us a text. We can do that for you. But yeah, just thoughts and prayers up to Ryan Willie. He's been a great member of the community. And I just wanted to put it out there and hope you're feeling better, Ryan.
And I would add on top of that, thank you, Moen, for remembering to do that at the top of the show. Ryan was able to call in on Tuesday, and I spoke to him. It was a long 15-minute call. And even he's been under some extreme pressures, and yet he was not down on himself. He was staying positive. And as being somebody, and Moen has had massive health, like life-ending type health challenges. I am totally empathetic to the struggles. Certainly I can't, to his level, I can't compete. But I I just want Ryan to know that I heard from probably 75 people after that show Tuesday night, community members, everybody asking how he's doing. So from our heart to you, Ryan, and from maybe at this point, hundreds, if not thousands of people, we're all thinking about you. And we hope you can keep your cell phone. We hope you can stay in contact. But as Moen said, you can give us a call or text us anytime you want. Becky, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, I hope he feels better and continues to improve. I'm not a praying person, but I am sending positive thoughts your way, Ryan, and thinking of you.
Yeah, I think that's, boy, it's amazing what we can do collectively. I believe in prayer, and I think it does make a difference. Before we get to shout outs, Moen, you have gone out of your way and gotten this show off with a bang. 5 gifted memberships. Why don't you kind of tell everybody how that works?
This is in honor of the Evil Badger, who loves to gift memberships, and we've gifted 5 of them to the community. And that went to Jonathan Anderson, Uno Maspoli, Jim Reese, Benjamin Griffin, and Angela B. Or Argy B. Argy B. Okay.
Argy B.
That went to Argy B. And then Mississippi Bulldog.
Let's go.
It up.
Let's go, Bulldog.
And those memberships went to Only Talk Sports, Trang VU, Jimmy Washington, Erical, and Solar Knoll. Good. Thank you for gifting those memberships very much. Bulldog, Mississippi.
That is awesome. Kick ass.
Absolutely. So 10 new members to the College Football Mafia family. Thank you, Mississippi Bulldog, for gifting those memberships again. Yes, being a member gives you certain privileges. You get to use the members-only emotes in chat. You get a little sticker next to your name there in chat, depending on how long you've been a member. You can also access all the new members-only content in the members video section. Definitely check that out. I got some interesting stuff in there, and then we'll have a new one coming out next Thursday. So look for that. That'll be within your membership period. And again, thank you, Bulldog Mississippi.
And if you missed it, I believe it's in the open available videos section. Ute and Rock and Rant did a special video show this week talking about the Big 12. And I will just tease it with that. If you're a Big 12 fan, I would encourage you to go and watch that video. It's very entertaining. Rock does a fantastic job with Ute, and you can pursue that and chase that down. But certainly the video, the member videos are the ones that come with those, and member shows come with those special rights and privileges as you become a new member of the College Football Mafia family. And oh my gosh, Moen, we got 10 freaking more OPD Don in the house. Let's go.
OPD Don.
Coming in off the top rope.
I owe some sounders here.
Yes,
let
please.
me get through these names first. Let me get these bifocals focused again. Timbo the Knight, Phil Venzer, NASA Ghost Gang, Jansen Roberts, Gavin Hackman, Brandon Whitney, Brett Taylor, Bigfoot Hunter. Ooh, I want to talk to that guy. Robert Gibbs, and Zach Wacky. We're all getting.
That's a bunch of new names. If I do,
that's a lot of new names in there. Thank you very much, Opie. Opie says that's for Ryan. So,
thank you, Opie.
I'm sure Ryan would love to hear that. Let's give Mississippi Bulldog a little Bulldog sounder if I can find it, and we'll give Opie a little Go Tigers if I can find it.
Yes, that would be great. Opie, haven't seen you for a minute, man. You've been missed. I will say this as Moen's trying to get his soundboard. Good.
And LSU.
Let's go.
And then even though Ute's not here, he would be remiss if I did not play this noise for Ryan Willie.
Okay.
Thank you,
I will say this.
I will let Opie in Mississippi. I will let Ryan know the next time I talk to him about it. I'm sure he will appreciate that.
And I just always like to finish up with this when we do new member gifts is if you've received a new member, and usually it's people that have been around a while, and that's okay. You get new memberships gifted and whatnot. We got a bunch of new members in chat. At first, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. There's a lot of new faces in the house, but I would just say if you've received a membership and enjoy what we do around here, consider giving somebody else one. Pay it forward. Use that karma as pay it forward is real. And we would always try to encourage people to do that. Give the gift of what you've received for free to somebody else. That is amazing. I just want to give shout out to Bulldog, Mississippi. I got your stuff, Bulldog. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's go to let's do shout outs. Let's do that right now.
All right. Now
Outlaw Skies, first member in the house, saying fifth. Go Buckeyes. I'm not sure why that is.
The Big Lubbock is always first.
Count?
Yeah, for some reason, Outlaw Skies now he believes he is permanently fifth.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
The Big Lubbock is permanently first. Outlaw Skies is permanently fifth.
All right. Outlaw Skies, thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate you. And then there he is, right? The very next one is the Big Lubbock representing the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Always first in our hearts, if in no other way. And Moen, who is this?
This is KOH187 or KIO187. The only way I can see this getting fixed is when NBC, CBS, Fox, ESPN have to decide which is better for ratings. The NFL or the NCAA, the presidents are regretting not adapting sooner.
Yeah, it's there. They could have had this in the bag 15 years ago. And I'm just going to show this. We won't get into the article quite yet, but following along with that comment, NFL reportedly looking to have new media rights deals in place before this September, which is, I believe, if I'm correct, 3 years early. And if anybody doesn't understand the significance of the 3 years, the NBA just re-upped and became the most valuable, technically, the most valuable professional league in the country, if not the world. And the NFL is not going to let that sit on the board. Becky, you're a huge NFL person. What do you think the impact is going to be of the NFL, who we all know always eats first?
I will say this. They're going to do it again in 5 years.
Or two, if somebody else.
I will just say this. If you're not one of the P2, you might be sweating bullets because you might not know where you're going to watch yourselves. Because, I mean, the NFL always eats first.
Hey, well, hang on. I'm just going to throw a little sideways in there and catch you off guard in the fact that this isn't the greatest thing for Fox, who happens to be underwriting the Big Ten now. Let's be very clear. No, because Fox is not a successful brand. It does not do college football. It does not do Big Ten football. It does not pay you $1.2 billion every year if they have to leverage the farm to keep the NFL. Because right now, without the NFL, Fox Sports the broadcasting network is like 15% of what it could be. That's the impact that the NFL has. So yeah, just don't overlook that. Moen, you want to say anything on that before I get? Sorry, Becky, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's the valid point there. That's the issue that now comes. It's going to come up and like into play as we're talking. Oh, the Big Ten wants to expand and add. Gets dicey now.
I've said this 1,000 times.
It's going to get dicey. So
yeah, Fox isn't the only one that needs to be worried. I mean, CBS, Paramount, their parent company, just put together a buyout of Warner Brothers Discovery. They're not exactly cash rich either.
No, in fact, they went from credit A-rated to junk bond status.
Yeah, junk bond status for their debt. So, I mean...
And now Netflix buys an OpenAI, not an AI company, to do entertainment quality out of nowhere. 15 people, they're going to make, over $1 billion in the first year, some crazy number. That's where Netflix put their money when they sort of faked CBS Paramount into getting together, which I think is probably one of the biggest hip checks in the history of the world.
I mean, The Ellisons still got cash, guys. The Ellisons still got a lot of cash, but like
yeah, but do you got NFL cash? I mean, on
yeah, that's what I'm
they're
saying.
going to come up with that now.
Yeah.
I think this
NFL's
benefits anybody. It's NBC because they have the NBA package.
Yeah.
Which they paid a lot of money for, but like they don't have baseball, they don't have much anything else, and they have that new NBC Sports channel that they rolled out, I think, which I don't.
Yeah, and they're on a nice edge of losing the Premier League as well, which has been something that's underwritten their international strategy. So many things moving, and yet we will get 20 faces in a room with a president. Everybody takes a picture, and that will fix the world. Okay, Buckshot Kid in the house. Good to have you. Buckshot Kid is original member of the College Football Mafia family. So saying, oh, hey, at the College Football Mafia. Good to see you tonight. Skaven, yes. Always in the house. Go Big Red. Hello, gentlemen and lady, we will say. Good to see you tonight. Skaven, yes. Thank you very much. College Football Express. That would be Rock and Rent and Miami Flow. Rock and Rant, not Rent. And then we got clowns. I believe those are clowns on either side of that. Round table was square and should have just held in a clown car.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Sankey said it was a very interesting day and posted a photo of the White House. And I'm like,
that's
not
great.
wrong.
That's great. I want to know who's running. Is it the janitor that's running the situation room then at that point? I don't know. College Football Express, Bob Swinger saying, yep, I agree. And I agree with both of them. I don't quite understand. Bulldog Mississippi in the house saying, Evening Mafia, Bulldog Mississippi representing the not only new member, a very active member of the College Football Mafia family, but also the SEC, who we don't have a lot of. And when we get them in, we try to cherish them. Go Black 45 is another guy. SEC, or when they go out, they do good things. And we appreciate them being here tonight. Thanks, Bulldog. It's great to see you tonight. Movie Time Blues. It seems like people are telling the Big Ten and SEC, don't threaten me with a good time. Is that true?
Kind of.
I don't get that sense, but maybe we're reading two different memos here, Movie Time Blues, because I think
I don't know.
I think the worst thing you could want if you're not a fan of a Big Ten or SEC team is for the Big Ten and SEC. Well, you talk about NFL media rights. Imagine what the media rights would be if the Big Ten and SEC pulled them.
Yeah, I still don't see it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, like a breakaway with just those two.
There's not enough, guys. It's not going to
happen.
Tony Lawson in the house. Where has Tony been on and off? Always shows up at the right time. We appreciate him being here tonight. Tony Lawson, opinional, the Big Ten. I'm not sure. Is that a word? Opinional? We have two comments here, and I wanted to get them back to back from Power Cat. Mike, I want to give him credit for both. First one says, I caught last Friday's show and have a quick question. Where does all the judgmental vitriol towards Cody Campbell come from? You're not talking to me. I'm not. You're talking to Moen and you. Yeah. I love, or not you, but Becky, I love Cody Campbell. So it's not from me. Seems kind of assumed and biased without really knowing anything about him. Second one, Moen, and then I'll let you answer that. He follows that up by saying, this administration gets things done, period. Let's give them some benefit of the doubt at this point with the college football discussion. Okay, so back up to Cody Campbell.
Okay, lots of reasons not to like Cody Campbell. It's not unassumed bias. It's his plan. I disagree with his plan. I don't know Cody Campbell, the person, from Adam. I do know that I was waiting for that payment into my energy concern company, and I did not receive that payment from him this week. I was told that we would all be sharing everything, and he apparently did not want to share any money from his energy company, but he did want to let me know that Ohio State should share everything they have with Texas Tech. Okay. I disagree fundamentally with socialism when it comes to the private market, and I believe that's exactly what he's pushing. So there you go.
Becky.
I'm just well aware of the fact that he's doing this only for the benefit of Texas Tech. He does not give a crap about any other university. This is strictly because Texas Tech is behind the 8 ball on 38 other schools. He wants them to be at that level. The only thing he can think of to get them to that level is to make everybody pool their money together and bring everybody to the same playing field. But again, this is the same guy. Yes, he's a chair at Texas Tech, but how much money has he donated to Texas Tech's NIL program? I don't see him putting that money toward anybody else. If he wanted it to be, if it wasn't supposed to benefit Texas Tech, he would do it for all. Just saying out loud.
No, I think I mean, if I had $1 billion, it would be in BYU's coffers.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
All three of us don't question the fact that we think he should be able to go out and do the best that he can for his school.
No, I'm just pointing out the fact that all of this is simply because he wants what's best for Texas Tech.
Yes, I agree.
He does not care what this does to like an Ohio State or
he's not doing that altruistic
or BYU. No, I'm just saying, like, if he truly cared about college sports, that would not play a part. You see where I'm at? Like,
I do. I get it. Yeah. I
literal. He has a secondary reason for it. That he's basically, it's a little nefarious. He wants Texas Tech to be on the even playing field because he views them better than, say, we all talk about schools being like milkers and stuff.
Yep.
Indiana was a milker, folks.
Yeah.
They just won a national title. So
it's true.
Like, I understand why he's doing it, but at the same time, like, he's not doing it because he cares about college athletics. He's doing it because he cares about Texas Tech. And
I'll give you the last word.
And he knows this is not sustainable because they are pumping in millions of dollars to try to keep them on an Ohio State level, let's say.
Yes.
Again, I don't dislike Cody Campbell personally. Never met the man.
Never met him.
He can spend every cent of his money he wants on Texas Tech NIL. I don't have a problem with that either. I have a problem when he starts telling other people where their money's going to go.
Yep.
You worry about what's in your wallet, Cody, and let Ohio State worry about what's in their wallet. I guarantee you, and I agree with Becky 100%, if Texas Tech got an invite to the SEC tomorrow, Cody Campbell wouldn't give a shit about the act that he's been pushing.
I would say, I would even argue, Moen, that this SCORE Act would just vanish.
It would probably vanish. The SAFE Act would probably vanish. Yeah.
Gone.
It'd be gone.
I don't disagree with either of you at the same time. I mean, I think he has his bully pulpit, and he should be able to use it however he wants to. And
I love that he does it, though.
Yeah.
I do love that he's doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is true fandom. Like,
it is. He's not only a fan, but he played the game too. So game has to respect game in that regard.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, I'm also a fan, and I'm also like looking at this like, if you want the Olympic sports to be great, but you're not doing anything to help them. You're not. I mean, just saying it out loud, like, women's sports are actually literally being canceled. And even Trump acknowledged that today, that women's sports are the first things on the chopping block in most of these schools right now. So
yes,
if he truly cared about women's sports, he would have something in place to help schools. He would put his money where his mouth is and help women's sports stay afloat at pretty much every school, because we're going to get to a point where women's basketball, maybe volleyball, softball, they're the only sports you'll see from women. It's coming.
D5 Terps in the house, representing the Big Ten. Good to see you, D5 Terps. D5 Terps, a long-standing, very quiet member of the College Football Mafia family. Appreciate you. Rock and Rant, also here, contributing editor, if we want to call him that. Also has his own channel with Miami Flow, College Football Express with an X. They do fantastic work and really, really appreciate them there. No reason to really watch the presidential roundtable. You could just go watch the circus. And
can I say,
said that? Yeah.
Can I say this? I sat through 2.5 hours of this for the College Football Mafia community.
Good job.
I watched every single bit of it,
That's
from the
crazy.
pre-tape to the end of it, where Brett Yormark's big bald head was taking up the camera. I was there. I watched it for you guys. I watched it so you didn't have to.
Thank you. I didn't know you were going to do that, but thank you for doing it anyway. Mark Bowman, a $10 super chat just came in off the top rope. Just got here, and after watching Iowa women defeat Illinois in Big Ten tourney, when is this President's Roundtable supposed to occur? Mo, and really quick, 30 seconds.
It occurred today. It was started at about 4:05, wrapped up a little bit after 6. So you missed it, Mark, but you didn't miss anything. If you're being legitimate, if you're not being sarcastic, it's hard to tell with chats whether you're being sarcastic or not. But
That's true. That's
the
true.
President Roundtable occurred this afternoon. You can go watch it on YouTube. There's several streams of it. If you really want, I would put the speed at like 0.5 or 1.5. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. Or just read the synopsis, whatever YouTube kicks out as a synopsis. I would love to go back and read the AI synopsis of that, because I think it would just be a paragraph about people talking just to hear themselves talk.
People talking to hear people talk.
Yeah.
Caden the Diesel Freak, also a longstanding member of the College Football Mafia family. So he calls in religiously once a week on my show. What's going on, College Football Mafia?
Yeah, I'm going to be on a show with Caden on Monday.
Are you? Excellent. That's great to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Caden's a fun guy. Fun guy to talk to. Daniel, the other guy, Gack, saying hi, Bob. I think that's to Bob Swinger. Bob Swinger. So he's saying that. Let's get a couple more in here. And then we will have about 15 minutes left of the top of the hour. Actually, tonight, we don't have a feature tonight, right? We're not doing picks of any type or anything like that. No. We can just stick with comments. We'll just do that. Going forward, we will just work on comments tonight. So you guys keep them coming. As you know, if you want to get your comment in guaranteed, make it a super chat. We love to have those. Super stickers are also available, and then you can always give away College Football Mafia memberships. We appreciate all those things. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my place because I was going to jump to something else and decided I was going to stay here. Here's one. Big Lubbock says, Bob Swinger asked earlier, why now, or something to that effect. Big Lubbock saying it's an election year. I mean, that's facts. It is an election year.
There's a reason. There's a reason not a single Democrat was there. Just pointing that part out, by the way.
Are you sure all the sports people and business people
they might be the only ones, but there wasn't a single Democratic lawmaker.
And here's the thing. It is an election year, but this is, guys, we have so much more to worry about than college sports on our team. I mean, like, literally, my grocery bill is through the roof this year. And
don't go look at your gas here.
We have soldiers on the ground, and shout out to our service members, by the way, Becky in the house. We have real life things. College football, really, at the end of the day, it's fun. We enjoy it, but it's not real life.
I mean, he got really mad, by the way, when they tried to ask him those questions during this.
Well, he's like 92 years old, so
well, I know, but he got really annoyed when they kept asking.
What did he give an example?
Somebody asked him about apparently Russia giving intelligence to Iran, and he was like, "No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this."
Does that surprise anybody?
No. It doesn't shock me that he would say, "Let's stay on topic." But
no, doesn't shock
me. It does shock me that you would invite a pool of reporters in, and with everything that's going on, not expect that.
Yes, I agree with you. There. Yeah, but I think all three of us know that China has been. I mean, but without Russia and China, Iran would have surrendered already.
Yeah. I'm just, if you ask me, I'm only annoyed that the Strait of Hormuz is closed.
Gas is gonna be affected.
That's the only thing that I'm like, how is I don't want to be political, but I was in the Navy, and I'm telling you, I've been through the Strait of Hormuz, and I'm like, it is you train to keep that damn thing open. So I don't understand how it's closed.
Eventually, it will be open.
It will be, but I'm
It
just
will,
like,
yeah, it's just going to take a little time to clear anything that can.
I know. I'm just like, my gas prices are insane. I bought an electric car though, so.
What do you? Whoa, did I do that? You go ahead, Moen. You grab it.
I wanted to address that real quick. We're not we're not trying to get political, Power Cat Mike. That's not what we're trying to do. But it's hard to not discuss politics when literally the president of the United States has interjected politics into the college football world.
Well, wait a second. Cody Campbell has. I mean, Power Cat. Like Mike, we're just talking up for Cody Campbell. He's trying to introduce a bill and let in Congress. That's political. Of course, college football is political. It all is.
Right. We're not talking politics. We're just,
Yeah. We're talking state of the world and how that deals with everything else. And it can't be. Anyways, I get what we certainly didn't go into this wanting to go down some dark hole when it comes to any of this. All we're saying is there are multiple things up in the air at the exact same time, and you can't move one without affecting all the others. That's our only point.
I'm just saying, all I did was vent because it's something that we trained for in the Navy.
Okay, Becky. Okay.
I'm so annoyed by it.
Okay. You can do your own show tonight.
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't want to upset people, but
I understand.
I had to vent. I'm annoyed by it.
Well, to apologize, I want Becky to sing in the Navy.
No, not seeing anything. I want to get to this comment that I wanted to do for 5 minutes. Gosh.
No, in the Navy.
Senator Maria Cantwell's new bill goes against what Cody Campbell wants. Optional pooling of rights among conferences and schools. Okay. Unless he amended his original posting, it did not force media deals to go together. So where is the distinction without the difference? Can somebody actually do a quick AI search and say, what are the biggest differences between Cody Campbell's deal, what was it, the SCORE Act or SAVE Act, whichever one it was, and this new one when it comes to the pooling of media rights? Because I think we're talking about distinctions without differences.
Yeah. So we do want to point out that the new one that came out today between Cantwell and
I haven't read, by the way.
None of us read. It came out 30
I
minutes before we did the show. So none of us have read that. We've only skimmed. I got my information from Ross Dellinger because he had a chance to read it, and I don't even think he read it all the way.
And I not only read it, but I talked to Cody Campbell himself about it. So
you did.
He may have changed. It may have been amended. He may have gone in and said, this isn't enough. This is a bridge too far. Maybe I need to do more. And if that happened, I missed it, and I apologize. But that's not what the original deal said. Tom Dubay says, Randy Levine said athlete group input would happen next. Why does it have to? Shouldn't it happen all at the same time? I don't understand.
That's my thing. I don't understand why it didn't all happen at once, especially since the group that it affects the most had no voice today. I would have thought.
What do you think about that? Yeah, I don't know.
Been better than nothing.
I don't know how to answer that. Right? Why not have athletes there? Out of just the fact that he generally is against labor. So that's a fact. Moen, are you there?
I'm sorry, I was doing something on Gemini.
I think he's doing the search.
You're doing the search.
I was doing the search, but it's too early for even AI to figure out with this stuff that just broke like a half hour ago.
Somebody is going to need to spend 5 minutes tomorrow and do an AI search saying what are the differences and what are the similarities between these actual acts if they were to be passed tomorrow. Cody Campbell's deal, as I understand it, doesn't force anybody to pool anything. All it does is remove the barriers to doing it and then says a way forward. He's suggesting a way forward. This is how we can get more money out of it.
Right. It doesn't.
Yes, he's not forcing anybody doing it. I'm just saying. Earlier tonight, you made a distinction.
Well, the advocacy groups say the language. Advocacy groups say the language of the bill more or less mandates it to pool their rights.
Okay, so that's different. More or less is not the same.
Yeah,
more or less.
Okay. And I think the way the Big Ten and the SEC are acting, I think they're leaning in that same general direction toward it.
And look, at the end of the day, something still big might happen, and it might not have anything to do with either of these acts. That is absolutely possible. I'm tired of the fake. I don't want to call it fake news. I hate that term. The way that people take words and twist them around to suit their own political purposes.
Out of context.
And this, by the Big Ten,
yeah.
Big Ten et al. Has been a grinding for 6 months, and I can't seem to break through and have people understand that wasn't actually a requirement. So, Nick, let's see, Nick Kelso, right? Do I have that right? Nick Kelso says going to have more gifted memberships than most people in chat at this rate.
We had like 40. I looked when he put that. I had to look. We had like 40 people in chat, and we had like 30 something free. Like 30.
Well, we're well over that now, and so
Greg ran a little long tonight, so
okay, yeah. And
we had a little overlap.
We appreciate it. Go Black 45. There he is. I didn't even know he was sitting in the wings, and he always knows I love him best. Army of 48 breakaway. Now we can start talking about some numbers that make more sense. 32, 38, even 40, not enough. I think 48. I don't want it to be, but 48 might end up being the number. What do you guys think about the reasonable of that statement?
Well, I think the main question at that point becomes, does the ACC survive as a power conference?
Well, I think it might not have anything to do with the conferences. I
see what he's saying, though, Army of 48, but you're asking if we go to 60, 70, 80. I think that would be dependent on how much of the ACC goes away.
I would argue, I mean, that's only 10 more schools.
I don't think it's that low. I still think it's going to be higher than that, and I think it might be a new division that has nothing to do with the conferences.
I'm just like, if it only ends up being 48, then the Big 12 and the ACC both get crippled.
Yeah, you're going to have the best. You would have a best of the
10
rest.
Total schools, and we can guess 3 off the top of our heads. Like,
yes, yeah, it would be Lord of the Flies. It's still Lord of the Flies right now, anyway, already. So
yeah, but like, I think 48. I mean, here's the thing: if they did break away like that, like a small, like just like pool of it.
Yeah,
I mean, the NFL works because the worst team can get great like immediately.
Yes,
that could not happen with, like, say 48 schools.
No.
Unless you like create a method in which the last place team can get better.
I'm glad
just as quickly. So
I'm so glad you said that, because I was going to ask you guys this, and I know, Becky, you're a newer member to Big Tendom. But as we look at all the schools that were added in the East Coast, Rutgers this week came out and said they've pretty much won nothing since they joined the Big Ten, and yet they're cashing checks, and people are questioning. Not everybody I respect necessarily. There were some real kookballs out there that said some crazy things, but at the end of the day, we spoke about when we started the channel 3 years ago. Every conference has to have schools it can beat, and that's why I don't think 48 is the number. I think it needs to be higher, because you can't have 12 Seattle Seahawks this year playing against 12 Seattle Seahawks this year and not end up with 12 different outcomes. You have to have some schools in there that would lend some blood to the event, and I don't think 48 is enough. So what do you guys, did you guys see that report about the success or lack thereof of that university since they joined the Big Ten? And is it enough, you think? If you're a fan of that school, how would you feel? You're making a lot of money. Well, you're not personally making a lot of money. You might be donating a lot of money, but you're not having any relative success.
I mean, didn't they put out how much money they lost? Like a couple of weeks ago?
Well, but they're all losing money at this point.
No, so, like it was like, it's a significant amount of
$500 million.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, it was a ton. Like, they have not turned a profit.
That was a guesstimation. It was a lot of money.
Yeah,
$500 million is what I think.
I know it was like, I was thinking it was like 300 million plus. So like,
yeah, it's a lot of money.
I was like, I can't remember that. Like, but like you're saying, that's what I was saying. Like the NFL works because the Raiders have the first overall pick.
Yeah, right.
The Raiders have an opportunity.
You're exactly right. It is.
Better.
That's exactly the reason.
The reason why the Patriots were able to make the Super Bowl this year is because they were bad for a couple of years, but those draft picks and things panned out. And I think people forget that. Like, you can, not everybody can do what the Rams are doing. The Rams would be like an Ohio State or an Alabama. They just retool and go. F them draft picks, essentially, because they keep trading them away.
Well, yeah, it has
not
a
everybody
lifespan.
can do that.
It has a lifespan.
But the reason why the NFL is king is simply because the worst team in the league can beat the best team in the league any given week. We don't see that in college football. Nobody's going out of their way to say this year Oklahoma State was never going to beat like in Indiana.
No.
Like 10 out of 10 times Indiana's winning that game. No offense to Oklahoma State. I'm just saying, like,
well, they've been down a little bit.
Yeah. I'm using them because they were so bad against Oregon. Like, Oregon couldn't beat this Indiana squad. So it's like, in the NFL, though, who won? The Raiders beat the Patriots week 1. So like, it's
I mean, that's what makes the NFL great. Like, is they also have a CBA.
Yeah.
They have a salary cap. They have other built-in
in my head, I was like, the only way that this could work is if they basically told schools like Oklahoma, like Ohio State and Michigan and Alabama and Indiana, who's now on top, you can't get 5-star kids. These other schools have first dibs. So these kids have to go to these schools. But like you said, that would take a CBA. That would probably take real contracts.
Yeah. We might get there anyway. Moen, what are your thoughts about Rutgers, who you always, every year, it's Rutgers' year?
Listen, Greg Schiano, I think, is a very good coach. He does the best with what he can. There's not a lot of people who are football players clamoring to go to Rutgers. Rutgers is a fine university, though, in Piscataway. But, I'm never going to not support Greg Schiano at Rutgers, because I remember when Rutgers went to number 2 in the AP poll.
That under Schiano, right?
That was under Greg Schiano. So Rutgers can win. I say everybody in the chat's mentioning it. I'd be fail if I didn't mention it also. Indiana was the worst team in college football 2 seasons ago. Yeah. 2 seasons ago. Cignetti's been there 2 years. 2 years and they're national champions. So
yeah. And now they're statistically the second worst team of all time.
That's right. They're statistically the second worst
team. Who took
team.
over the bottom?
I don't even know. I had to look.
I didn't realize they'd actually dragged themselves off the bottom.
They got so good. Their winning percentage, because they've only lost 2 games, 3 games.
Good for them.
Winning percentage just.
Bulls fan 2K7 in the house representing the University of South Florida. NBC will have Sunday night baseball starting this upcoming season. Baseball again, really not what it used to be, but
they didn't pay. They didn't have to pay a lot for that though, because ESPN basically let it go. So they paid not a whole like they paid a good amount, like more money than the 3 of us will ever see in our lifetimes combined. But
yeah, for sure.
In terms of what it is, like, no, they didn't pay a whole lot of money for that.
BYU football, Shonsky in the house. Good to see you, man. The P2 can't break away, and they know it. Okay, Shonsky. That sounds good. Larry the GM, always somebody with an opinion. Good to have you here, Larry. Thank you so much for being a member of the College Football Mafia family. At this point, OG, I think we could put in front of your name. Big 12 fans hoping the SEC Big 10 breakaway is Kevorkian level fandom.
You're a Big 12 fan. Like, what would you say if they're like?
I think it's insane to imagine. Yeah, I don't know I don't personally know anybody that's not in the P2 that wants them to break away. I haven't heard that. Have you guys, did I miss something in the chat where somebody said, yeah, let them go?
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there's people who are
I guess I've looked over those comments.
right. I just want to make it clear that, it's not that something that every Big Ten fan and SEC fan wants. I don't want to lose the Big 12. I could deal with losing the ACC, but I don't want to lose the Big 12. I think the Big 12 should have access. I think that's the important word of the day is access. I think the Big 12 should have access to the playoffs. I think the Big 12 should have more access to the playoffs. That's why I originally supported AQs,
Yes.
which guaranteed the Big 12 more access to the playoffs. But
yes,
I think by expanding the playoff field by 16 or 24, I think you automatically end up getting another Big 12 or another ACC team in there. But yeah, I'm a fan of a Power 3. I think a Power 3 makes a lot more sense than a Power 4.
Yes, 20-team leagues plus Notre Dame, and
Yeah.
that could go to 72 if you want to expand it and have some G6 brands in there.
That's where I'm at. I'm a fan of 3, not 2.
Yeah. Marcus Williams, new member. He's been a member in the past, so I don't want to call him a new member tonight. Marcus was on my show with me Tuesday nights. Great to see you. Thank you so much for renewing your membership, Marcus. We appreciate you. You guys want to say anything to Marcus?
Marcus, you're a Michigan fan, but you are the smoothest mofo I know.
I love it. I love it. Michigan in the house. Let's go blue, Moen. Come on. Go blue one time.
I'm not going to say that, but I will play I'll play a little Michigan song for you if you want to hear.
Sure, if you want to. Love that. You got a sounder.
Worst fight song in history.
You want to do some other sounders? I think we've had others that I think we've
yeah, I think we had Mark. Mark needs one. We'll give him a little Iowa fight song. And then we'll just play one to make me feel better.
Okay, whatever it takes.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State. Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores.
Roll.
Last play of the game.
That's good times. Okay, Buckshot Kid in the house saying if Texas Tech gets AAU, which would be, wow, talk about a climb, they may have a shot at one of the P2. That's the shot across the bow. I know they're working for it. Man, the problem with AAU is it's a private club. It's like a country club, and they can let in whoever they want. There's no requirements necessarily. There's no special. It's just if I like you, go smoke a cigar and put on your jacket. So I don't. That would be a remarkable climb if that happened.
Yeah, it would be. And if you didn't catch it, Buckshot Kid, go watch my last video where I did the algorithm on SEC. I think they'd need the SEC to get to 24 in order for Texas Tech to have a shot.
Yeah, I don't think the Big Ten's coming for Texas Tech, unfortunately. I want every school to make a P2 and not have a P2. How about that? Can't we just do that? Jansen Roberts, another valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, saying the NCAA Division I football split occurred in 1978, creating Division I and Division II. So there you go. If you didn't remember, that's when that happened. I was all of 7, 8 years old. So I didn't know from divisions. I just knew BYU, Washington State, and Washington. So, and hating Oregon and USC. Those are the things I knew when I got up in the morning. And then another one from Jansen. To address vast disparities in resources, scholarship limits, 85 versus 63, and competitive levels between large revenue-focused programs and smaller, less funded schools. Is that out of context? Maybe I don't understand.
Yeah, I think talking about FBS, FCS. That's why.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it was two different comments.
Those are the reasons why they broke off, because
was for the scholarship.
Yeah. So numbers. Like FBS back in the day would have 75, but they can only have like 60 at an FCS program.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you
it just-
thanks
yeah.
for catching that for Moen and I, Becky. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it's just like that's
over
how
my
they
head.
can stay financially competitive and keep the sport going,
Okay.
even though they weren't on like TV because they didn't have TV deals and stuff. So
Okay. Very good. Let's scroll down some more. We're not even close to halfway down, guys. So I'm going to try to get in some new people. Don't take it personal if you put a great comment. I'm just trying to get some new people here because we got a lot of people watching us tonight for some reason. This Moen's got his hat off. I think that's the reason. Dave's here, another valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Fair is a place you go for rides. Yeah, I hate fair. Assembled, but meth and best wishes. In this world, you get both, maybe? I don't
talking
know.
about carnies, that's so rude.
Hey, I'm for it and I'm with it.
Yeah, Moen's a Carney fan. So I made a Carney joke during this week on Twitter, and he quickly slapped me down. So
yeah,
he's a fan of Carnies.
We don't insult carnies around here.
Something in his
It is,
family,
it
I'm
is.
guessing.
Carnies are fun. They have a good time. I mean,
Whatever.
the rides
That
are
or they
sketchy as all
steal your
get,
children
but,
off the rides. Here, you want a piece of candy, little kid? Here we go. All right.
Hey,
Kalani, haven't seen you for a minute. Good to have you here, Kalani. What does the NFL cost the networks per year right now? I believe it's $1.33 a sub right now. It's the cheapest per value of all the, which is amazing to understand. Right now versus what they do make in ad revenue during games. Oh, that I don't know that one. I know it's per viewer. It's $1. Maybe it's $1.66. It's one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, which is why they want their new contract. So
and I
got
know
$2 billion
that
shortfall per year right now. He's saying. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I know that the networks are upping those ad revenues every single year. So like, or the ad, how much it costs to place an ad on their network during a game is far higher than
We were up to $8 million for 30 seconds for the Super Bowl, Becky.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, when it went to $1 million, people thought that was impossible. I remember that. It was in the news, actually. Tom Dubay. Here we go. There was at least one Dem lawmaker, Becky.
Oh, yeah. Like I wouldn't get through the whole list. So
No, I didn't let you. It's not you. You don't. Yeah, I did that, not you. Clint Moses, the Oregon State Beavers in the house. Let's have a Beaver sounder there, Moen, really quick for Clint. You got one of those?
I'm a beaver.
There we go. Okay. American Conference will save college football. Where that came out of left.
Well,
like,
Tim Pernetti said a lot more than Tony Petiti.
So he was at the thing. Tim Pernetti was there.
Tim
and what
Pernetti
did
was
he
there.
say?
He spoke.
And what did he say?
About the same thing everybody else said. So
okay.
He talked about the revenue. He talked about the revenue gap.
Okay. All right. I always will. If you put my name in the comment section, I'm more apt to grab it just so everybody knows. Bob Swanger knows the trick. Bomber, you are right. Thank you very much, Bob. I appreciate you being here tonight. Always. D5 Terps again. Notre Dame has no other options to place its Olympic sports other than the Big Ten. Well, except for the ACC, you mean? I stand by that. Big Ten has the leverage, just need to initiate. ACC can. Oh, so he's saying once the ACC's done, that's the next. Why not the Big East? They don't have to go to the Big Ten.
Here's the problem with the Big East. The Big East doesn't support all the sports that Notre Dame has.
Okay, there you go.
The Big Ten does.
Okay.
Currently, the ACC doesn't either. That's why Big Ten or Notre Dame hockey's in the Big Ten.
Okay. All right. I just realized that I did something. In just a second, I'll pull up another comment. Moen, read this one while I change hats.
Charlie Baker said 219 schools sent Olympic medalists to Paris. Left out the fact that Stanford sent 56 of the medalists, or that every solution suggested is designed to kill Stanford sports further. Michael, we can resolve this easily. Stanford must join the Big Ten Academic Alliance. and they can become a Big Ten school, and then all those sports would be well funded indeed, and then we would have every Olympic medal ever made forever.
There you go. That sounds good. I changed hats because this is the Richland Bombers. Yes, that's my logo back there. I didn't feel I needed to get in all my gear, but Richland won last night, and they're going to win again tonight in the semifinals of the Washington State men's basketball or boys basketball tournament. All right. And the reason I thought of that is because last week Clint Moses said he shouted out my Richland Bombers. So we got 2 super chats that have come in off the top rope and some comments. So I will work backwards. First, let's get to this $5 one from Caden the Diesel Freak, $5 super chat. North Dakota State fans are saying they're going to be to beat top-ranked teams and win national championship. I think they are drunk, honestly. They have oil money now. What do you guys think?
Well, the reason why they've been good at the FCS levels, they've been able to draw like the Ohio State and like Michigan and Alabama cast-offs. But now you're running with the big boys, and you'll have to do that multiple weeks in a row. So you don't get a whole summer to prepare for Iowa.
That's true.
And then turn around and you only get 1 week after that to prepare for a team like, say, Texas. Depth is a problem. Ask TCU and ask Utah when they joined the Pac-12 and the Big 12. They were terrible their first year. They ran into some depth issues, and it took them a minute to get that depth. So,
but if anybody can do it quickly in North Dakota State, I think can turn.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to beat somebody they shouldn't beat.
Probably more than one, Becky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In the conference they joined, I think they'll probably get
I think they could be the Gonzaga of college football.
They could. Yeah, that's quite possible. Marcus Williams, $5 super chat. On top of that, if Comrade Cody keeps up this nonsense, the P2 will consolidate the rest of the brands and break away. Miami, FSU, etc. Get your ducks in a row, Moen.
I don't disagree with him. I think if you try to mandate, and I understand it doesn't literally say mandate, but advocacy groups are saying that it does require mandating to make sense.
Okay.
The P2 will consolidate the rest of the brands and break away. I don't think they want any part of Cody Campbell's plan. And I think they've made that pretty clear. We've got the SCORE Act still. We've got this new act in the Senate that helps give an antitrust exemption to the NCAA, which would at least give the NCAA some teeth. We can actually have.
I'm okay with that. If give a CBA to the players.
We've had people who are 7 years in the in college football continue playing. I'm sorry. You should be. Trinidad Chandler should be preparing for the draft right now. He should not be preparing to go back to Ole Miss.
I mean, Sankey said it best. He's got a basketball player who's on his 6th campus.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy talk.
I don't know how many years he's been playing, but he's been at 6 schools, which is insane.
Caden the Diesel Freak earlier, and then we'll do Sounders, Moen. Caden, a member for 3 months. He said earlier the FBS is a mess because there's a lot of delusional fan bases, but also it's financially a mess. And I should shout out, Caden is a fan of the Ohio State Buckeyes. What do you guys think about that comment from Caden?
I do agree. There's a lot of delusional fan bases in every sport, but
yes,
financially it's a mess because they won't stop spending. This is the problem with having no cap. It's and there's a great article, Caden. I don't know if you've read it. Check out USA Today. They did a great article on Louisville's letter where they basically said that, Louisville said it's impossible to do anything, but then you see Louisville, how much money they're spending.
Yes.
If you just cut the spending, you would be surprised. And I believe this in all things in life. If I can't afford something, I don't buy it.
There is a way to get there both ways, though. You can reduce some spending and reduce some income as well. It doesn't have to be all
sure.
tax
You
and
can
spend.
put a cap in there. You can put a cap
Yeah.
in there, but you can't put a cap in there until the NCAA gets some kind of antitrust exemption. Because the problem is, once you put that cap in there, if there's no antitrust exemption, you're in court the next day with 150 lawsuits.
So give the players representation, and then you can have it all.
Well,
They're
that's
fighting that, so it's ridiculous. Anyway, Becky, you want to say anything?
Oh.
about that?
No, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, fan is short for fanatic. So
Yeah, that's true too. It's very clinical. Exactly right. Amazing Blue, the Michigan Wolverines in the house member for 16 months. That deserves a full clap from me. Thank you so much, Amazing Blue. Moen, we know you want to say it. Feel good. Go Blue.
I do want to say it, but I want to make sure this video doesn't get rated 18 plus. So I will not say that, Amazing Blue.
Okay. One of these days we're gonna trick you, One of these days it'll happen. It'll slip. Caden, $2 super chat. North Dakota State North Dakota State fans are delusional. Again, every fandom's delusional there, Caden. You know that as well as we do. And then Marcus Williams, another $2 super chat. I think AD's business model has to show a net loss. Is that athletic department's business model? Is that?
Yeah. And that's
Okay.
true to an extent. You've got to spend the money that you're allocated. But the point is, you can cut spending still.
They've
You
never
could
been
take that-
profit centers, though. Let's not.
Right. They're not. They're not.
Yeah,
They're not
athletics has
supposed to
never
be.
been a profit center. Nope.
They're not
They've never-
supposed to be. They're supposed to
No.
break even. But I mean,
Yes.
if your break even point, your argument is we can't hit our break even point because we're overspending.
Yeah.
The solution there is to stop overspending.
It
And the
helps.
argument that's being made is, well, if we stop overspending, we won't be competitive. Well, then you can't be competitive.
Although there is the thing to say, if you don't overspend, you're not even in the game. Right? If
I
they're
don't
not
know because I don't
overspending,
think
they're
I
not
don't
even
believe-
participating.
Well, here's the thing. I don't believe Indiana, probably out of all the teams in the playoff, I have to think outside of the G5 representatives, Indiana probably had the smallest payroll of any school in the college football playoff, and they won. So it's not necessarily always about money. Sometimes it's about getting the right people in there. It's almost Moneyball. Like
Oh, it's
Moneyball
absolutely, but that's how they built a team. But the problem is you're talking Indiana being part of the Big Ten. You don't. The same argument can't be made for somebody in the ACC,
Right, but you could
and
make
the
the same-
AAC and the Big 12. You have to overspend to stay competitive. Ask Utah. That's the reason why it's such a big deal and why people are so insane about it. Is the only way you can compete until you're in is you have to leverage everything to just be in the they just want to be in the conversation. That's it. And you have to do that. Indiana did not have to do that.
I do want to point out Indiana only played 13 players a game on defense. 13 players a game got snaps on defense.
Yeah.
That's it.
Look,
So, like,
they're the
you can-
exemplar. There's no doubt.
You can do things, but
Nobody's
like
saying that.
these athletic departments are they are not nonprofits. Like we forget that part. So yes, they can turn a profit, but they can't. They're not supposed to do that every year, and they're only supposed to do it within a percentage, or they could lose that nonprofit status. And if they lost that nonprofit status, that would be a big problem.
If
So-
there's a news story that went under the radar this week, and it was hinted at last week, is the FTC is considering taking away not antitrust, but antitrust exemption away from the NFL.
Yeah.
And it got no run today because of the Iran war and the college mess. But there is talk of taking away. It maybe is not antitrust the right word. What's the word? So they have to pay taxes.
they're nonprofit. They
Nonprofit.
shut down
Tax exempt.
Yeah.
Tax
Yeah.
exempt. They're losing tax exempt status, which has enabled these professional leagues. Certainly, the NFL has exploited it the most to just exploding growth because they don't pay basically anything in gross taxes. They pay local city taxes and state taxes.
The NFL was had a nonprofit arm for like 70 years.
Well, technically they're tax exempt now.
No, I mean they were a nonprofit.
Oh, and I'm not saying they are.
Yeah, no, they had a nonprofit exempt status for like, or whatever it was, for like 70 years until they finally like shut that down. They went into that during the 40s during the war, and I think something like in the last like 15, 20 years they were like, okay, we won't do that anymore. But like, it doesn't shock me that they would look at that.
Money,
good luck, because those guys are your biggest donors. So
the government is hungry for money. Do not be surprised if, anyways.
I'm just pointing out though, like those are your donors that like give those people money. I don't see that happening anytime soon, because they'll be
probably
big mad.
It did make the news though. Mo, why don't you do some sounders, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'll do a sign off after sounders are done.
All right, let's do some sounders. We had one for Caden the Diesel Freak.
Woohoo!
For a second, I thought it was going to be like the Russian like national anthem or something.
No, do not play that.
I thought about dressing as a communist for tonight.
I will mute you. I will mute you. Go ahead.
How about this one here?
You saying you can't control your bitches?
Pimpin' ain't easy. Oh, sleazy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy.
Can we get an sleazy?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
We can get an oh.
There you go. I don't know if Greg's still watching. I might have made him so mad he left, but
let me go deeper than that,
and Marcus Williams, he is a smooth guy. Let's try and find a smooth one for Marcus. I'm a man.
I am feeling the effects of masculinity right now. I feel the testosterone. I want to go to war. I want a lightsaber. I'm a man.
And then one for our friend Amazing Blue. I know he likes whiskey.
Someday you'll drown in a vat of whiskey.
Drown in a vat of whiskey. Death, where is thy sting?
Is that from? What is that?
That's W.C. Fields, one of the greatest of all time.
I know who W.C. Fields. I didn't recognize it. Okay. Couple more, and then I'm going to get out of here. Tony Lawson says Indiana joined the Big Ten in 1899. Again, they were the worst Division I college football record in all of history until this latest and greatest. Maybe we'll find out. They've been juicing or something to get to where they are. Anyway, so Tony rubbing it in there a little bit. And then Amazing Blue is going to be the last one. I'm going to get out of here. Moen love runs deep. Go Blue, $2 super chat. Thank you, Amazing Blue.
Thank you for reading that, Nate. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Appreciate you. If you have family, friends you haven't talked to for a while, like our Ryan Willie, reach out to them, give them a shout out, let them know you care about them, and hope they're check on them. Just check on them, make sure they're doing okay. Hearts and prayers and everything else, thoughts and prayers go out to all the soldiers and sailors and everybody else, including firemen and policemen, those who sacrificed what they have of their own to sacrifice for us to be out doing what we hope is protecting us. I certainly, you guys are top of my mind every day, prayer every day, and you're always the first out. So we appreciate you as well. And the news is just going to keep coming, everybody. There is no off season anymore. We can't rest from day to day. Even the weekends aren't rests. So I would just tell everybody, keep your head on a swivel, as Greg says, and continue to follow us around here. I didn't ask one person to subscribe tonight. I didn't ask one person to like. Do those things, would you? Helps us keep the channel going. Moen's usually better at that than I am anyway. And another quick shout out to you who's not able to attend tonight. So thank you, Becky. Appreciate you being here. Moen, thank you for everything you do. I appreciate you, man. And I hope you both have a great weekend.
Yeah.
All right,
Bombers.
Nate, thanks for stopping
go
by.
Cougs. Go Hawks. And we'll see you later. Peace out.
All right, Becky, we're not leaving yet. You and I still
I
have
know.
to do stuff. So
Oh, we're good.
we're
was
going to
just
go to
gonna say-
BFF 2-person. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say he's a Richland Bombers fan. They aren't even the best team in Washington State.
I agree.
Guys,
and I don't
you
even
guys
know who
wanna
the
know-
Richmond Bombers are.
No, well, they're the best team in 4A. The best team in the state is a 3A school, Rainier Beach High School. They have the number 1 basketball player in the nation. And then they have a kid named J.J. Crawford, Jamal Crawford Jr. Crazy good. They dropped 53 points and a half yesterday in a state playoff game. So they just blow teams out. They're ridiculous.
Absolutely. We've got 89 people watching us on Twitter right now. If you're on Twitter, I would suggest you come on over to YouTube. Give us a like and a subscribe. Those things help us tremendously. They cost nothing, but they boost us in that algorithm of YouTube that we all must suffer for. We all must be little fish in big ponds. And right now we're the littlest fish in the biggest pond. So if you would give us a like and a subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. And we'll get to some more comments. Talk these things out. Becky, are the old Pac-12 schools done playing Pac-12 bowl tie-in games, or is there one more year?
I believe they're done. I haven't looked. I know the bowl projections keep putting like Washington and USC, if USC doesn't make the playoff, into one of those, but I think the Big Ten may have like taken a spot or two from them. So there's a couple of bowl games that didn't like go away. So
We didn't even really talk about that. The 10 bowl game consortium that was discussed earlier this week, potentially moving to just 10 bowl games between the Power 4 conferences. Interesting stuff, but I know we've killed a couple bowl games this season, but I don't know.
I just looked it up. It is done, by the way. It's just
Okay.
24 and 25. So
and by the way, I bet on the Tarleton State last night, and those smokers, those tobaccoists, lost a parlay for me. Yes, tobaccoists. For all the parody folks keep talking about the NFL, there are still a third of the teams that have never won a Super Bowl right here in Cincinnati. We've been to 3, we've lost 3.
yeah, but like there's only like 4 teams that have never played in it. That's
Yeah, Cleveland is one.
Cleveland, Detroit, Houston, and Jacksonville.
Okay, Houston, Jacksonville, I'm going to give a pass, so they're expansion team.
No, Jacksonville doesn't get a pass because the Carolina Panthers have played it twice. They came in the same year.
I'm still going to give them a pass.
Although the Jags probably do it. That it was at 99. They only lost 3 games, but all 3 were the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, Cleveland and Detroit, though, they got to get stuff put together.
Cleveland needs to get the crap together because I don't understand how they're that mediocre like 50, 60 in a row.
It's bad ownership, and it's been bad ownership since they rejoined the league.
Yeah. Like they were so good in the 80s, and I mean, like, if I was a Browns fan, I would have like died a little when the Ravens won the Super Bowl. In fact, I mean, I'm a Sonics fan, so I died a little when Oklahoma City won the NBA title last year, but like that didn't happen in 5 years of leaving either. So
Big and SEC made brilliant decisions. They aren't sharing their money with others, nor should they. I agree. I don't believe in sharing money between conferences. Everybody cuts their own deal. I think the Big 12 has shown more than a time or two that they are survivors. So I don't think that this is going to hurt them at all.
No, I agree with that. I mean, why do they got to help out the little guy all the time? They've got little guys in their own conference.
Yeah, well, that's true. Everybody forgets that. We got Northwestern. We got fair weather people like Northwestern.
Like Northwestern's stadium is like brand new. It's only going to hold like what 40,000 people,
which they paid for debt free, by the way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, not many of your schools can do that. Stanford might be the only other one that I can think of, or Duke.
There's comprehensive financial and budgetary financials. The budgetary financials are always broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to spend what you're allocated, or they won't allocate it anymore.
Because I mean, like the University of Washington turned in like record profits, but they are still in the hole. So.
Last I checked, Texas Tech spent more money on football than 98% of all programs, and it showed. It showed on the field. They ended up winning the Big 12 championship, and
they ran away with the Big 12 title.
They ran away with the Big 12 title. They had a first-round bye in the playoffs, and
they ran into one of those 2% teams.
Yeah, they ran into Oregon, and honestly, their defense performed very, very well that day, but their offense was abysmal. Just one of the worst offensive performances I've seen in a college football playoff game since Ohio State lost 31-0.
And like Mo, you and I both watched that Oregon team. That defense wasn't that good.
No.
They struggled against Northwestern. Like I don't mean to be that person, but Northwestern looked better against Oregon than Texas Tech did. And I didn't think that could be possible.
Evil Badger Ryan Willie's here. He stopped by for a bit. He said, "Do you think the Power Four will break away?" I do not think they will break away. Simply because of access reasons. I believe they're always going to have to allow access to the G6 and the other conferences. They're always going to have to allow access to the Big 12. They're always going to have to allow access to the ACC. I don't agree that the ACC should still be a power conference after losing what they're about to lose. Because I believe they are about to lose quite a bit. I believe they're about to lose Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Notre Dame, potentially Georgia Tech and Duke, North Carolina, Virginia. I mean, that's hard to come back from and remain a power school when you're only left with Boston College and Wake Forest and Stanford and Cal.
Big 12 only had 4 schools from the original 12.
No, they had the Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
So they had the Hateful Eight. But the Hateful Eight, TCU wasn't an original Big 12 school.
That's what I'm saying. They weren't all original. They backfilled with.
You had Kansas State. You had Iowa State. That was one of the originals.
Yeah, the originals
Oklahoma State was one of the originals.
Texas Tech.
Baylor would have been one of the originals.
So it's 6 schools.
Yeah.
Still 6 when half the conference is gone and you backfill with UCF, BYU, Houston. Now I know Houston was a part of the Southwest Conference back in the day. That would have been a power conference if it existed today. Southwest Conference. So maybe.
Dave's here says rebuilding since '57. He must be a Detroit Lions fan.
Or a Browns fan.
Yeah, but I believe the Detroit Lions won a world championship.
Oh, did they win the title in '57?
Yeah. The Otto Graham years. The Indiana Bears will be awesome. Yeah, if they end up in Indiana.
Well, people are like, "Oh, I don't want to give billions of dollars to an NFL owner," and it's like the Bears are the poorest ownership group in football. They're barely worth $1 billion. They can't build their own stadium. But I heard it'll take 2 hours mowing for some of those fans to get to that game if it's in Gary.
Yeah, that's the price you pay.
It's a lot of drink.
Here's Amazing Blue. Amazing Blue, I know is a Cleveland Browns fan. It's bad ownership, terrible draft picks of QBs. Baker Mayfield wasn't that terrible of a QB when you guys go back and look at it. And the curse of Jim Brown. I don't know that Jim Brown's a curse, but I think it's a curse of Art Modell.
Think Modell would be the curse?
Well, I
were
think
some
it's
in the
actually
80s, so-
it's the curse of Paul Brown. Since they got rid of Paul Brown, they have not done anything. So,
Well, I mean, they came a drive away against the Broncos.
oh, don't even bring up to a Browns fan the drive.
I know.
The drive or the fumble.
Mm.
Amazing Blue, I agree with you. I've hated every Super Bowl when the Ravens have won. I agree, just as
Well, at least it's only
AFC
two,
North guy.
so. It's only 2, and they happen every like 12 years, so they're due.
Northwestern was incredible when Ned McBiscuit toted the rock. He was also good when Autry was there. I remember because Ohio State missed the Rose Bowl that year, so because Northwestern hadn't been there. And I think Ohio State ended up going to play Florida State and getting the absolute shit kicked out of them.
Was that the 95 season?
95, yes, I believe it was either 95 or 96 season. Yeah. Autry would have been the running back for the Northwestern. That was when Gary Patterson was their head coach, I believe.
Yeah, it's what's his name? Their Fitzpatrick, or what was his name? Their former head coach that got fired for the hazing thing.
Oh, Pat Fitzgerald.
Pat Fitzgerald, yeah, he was their like middle linebacker or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Northwestern did have a legitimately good season in the mid-90s, if you guys want to look at it.
They had one.
It did happen. Gary Barnett was the guy's name. Thank you, Arnagad. Dave's here says it was in 98.
Was it 98?
If it was 98, I'm really feeling old.
I'm feeling really old if it was 98. I'm like, who's 95? Oh, I think 95. The 95 Rose Bowl was Oregon and somebody.
Well, that must have been the Dennis Erickson Oregon teams.
No, that was that was before what's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis Erickson was at Oregon State.
All coaches are not equal in their abilities. All players are not equal in their abilities. All administrators are not equal in their abilities. I agree.
We see this in the NFL. It's literally an NFL thing.
Marcus Williams says that's 8 schools. I counted 6. The Hateful Eight was 8 schools, but TCU was
I think
part
it's
of the
easier to say who left. Texas, Oklahoma,
Nebraska, Colorado,
Missouri.
And we're missing
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Yeah. Texas A&M. There you go.
There's half the conference left. They had 12 because they were one of the first conferences with like a conference title game. So
Louisville, North Carolina State, and Virginia Tech, possibly Pitt or Syracuse. That's for the Big 12. I think it's going to be dependent on how many teams the Big 12 has to backfill. Listen, Kansas is still out there as a Big 10 possibility. It's out there as an SEC possibility. We also talked a little bit about Colorado potentially being a Big 10 target, one of the Arizona schools being a Big 10 target. Monavision, when you say you're about to lose, are you talking 2028 to 2029? I don't remember. I may have had a little too much to drink, so I don't remember what this is in context to, Tony.
Well, Max Crosby was traded.
Oh, where did Max Crosby land?
Baltimore.
Fuck.
26 and 27 first-round pick for the Raiders. 2 firsts. I thought it would take more than that.
Like, Cincinnati doesn't have enough offensive line problems. Now we're adding Max Crosby to a conference rival.
By the way, is it Jan Hulk had it first? Because I went and looked.
Okay. Thank you, Jan, for letting us know.
Hulk. Yeah, Jan. Thank you. I had to go look. Well, I was like, well, you're a Bengals fan. You're going to hate that.
Yeah. I do. I don't know what the Bengals are going to do with Trey Hendrickson or. Are the Chicago Bear fans cool with that?
No.
Probably not. I couldn't imagine wanting to drive to. Well, I can't say anything. I have to drive 2 hours to see a Cincinnati Bengals game. So
yeah, but I mean, like, you're like not still in the city of Chicago, like that's literally like the north side of Chicago going over there, like northwest Chicago. That's how long it would take because of traffic, and if it snows.
how many of the new Big 12 teams have ever beaten Notre Dame other than Oklahoma State in their cheater years?
No idea.
Did Texas A&M? They beat Texas A&M, or that would be an old Big 12 team.
Did well, I mean, BYU gets their crack at them next year. I know that. Since they're not playing USC, I have no idea if any of them have beaten them. I'm trying to think. The 4 Pac-12 schools. I don't know. Maybe Utah. Maybe Utah did it one year. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All I know is, Oklahoma State. Prior to that, Texas, and Oklahoma had a win as well. But again, those are. I think Michael Smith, as a Notre Dame fan, is just trying to point out that Notre Dame does not beat anybody from the Big 12.
Here you go. I googled it. Colorado is Colorado's actually 3-2 against them. Oklahoma State beat them. West Virginia beat them once. Arizona State's beaten them. Iowa State is 1-1. And BYU's never beaten them.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far back as this goes, it goes to October of 2012, and it's got Oklahoma. And then it's got Texas in 2015. I believe that was the infamous Texas's back game. Yeah, so all I know, Michael Smith, is that Notre Dame has not beat Ohio State since Franklin Roosevelt was president. There's no curse. The Browns have been doomed since Al Lerner passed away. I think it's the Paul Brown curse. I'm calling it the Paul Brown curse because since Art Modell fired Paul Brown, they really haven't done much. Really, only 2 schools in the ACC can leave early. That's Miami and Duke, since they're private, so they don't need government approval. Yeah, the North Carolina, Virginia stuff, that's going to have to be settled. Again, 98. Moen 57 was the Browns' last championship. Okay, Otto Graham was a QB. They won several of those in the 50s. Yeah, that was when Jim Brown was their running back. Dennis Erickson was Washington State, no?
Yeah, he was at Idaho and he was at Washington State. Then he went to coach Miami. Then he coached, and that's the Hurricanes. Then he coached the Seahawks. When he got fired by the Seahawks, he went to Oregon State.
Yeah. Oregon State, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, I thought it was Oregon.
He had that 1 year in 2000 or 2001. In 2001, he had Ocho Cinco, Hushmanzada, and some random quarterback named Jonathan Smith.
Yeah.
and he had I can't remember who the running back was, but he was legit. So
yeah, he was a little ball of dynamite, I remember.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ACC might lose 8 schools. They might.
Like they have 17.
The Big 12 had a significant exodus of solid schools. Yeah, and they've survived.
They did.
The Pac-12 couldn't survive.
The Pac-12 would not have been able to survive without Washington, Oregon,
USC, and UCLA.
Yeah, they probably could have with UCLA had stayed, but like the 3 big ones, like That was tough. But once the UCLA was also out, it's like you don't have a major market now. Like,
Moen, don't tell me about the O-line. Look at the Browns. Frick, yeah. But listen, the Browns had Joe Thomas. They wasted him. The Bengals haven't had an offensive lineman that's been decent since Willie Anderson.
well, who? The Bengals?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't didn't they have Munoz?
That was before Willie Anderson.
Was that before Willie Anderson?
That was
No.
before Willie Anderson.
For some reason, I thought they were teammates.
They may have been, but it would have been really late
Been
in
late in
Munoz's
Munoz's career. Yeah.
early in Willie Anderson's.
I mean, getting a once in a generation lineman is not easy. Seattle had Walter Jones. We have never had a left tackle like him.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we've had some solid ones, but we've never had one that good.
Cincinnati is too interested in signing people like John Ross.
Well, I mean, John was great if he just ran the one route.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, he
the
ran at
problem.
Washington. That's why we're like,
If you could cover that one route that John Ross ran, John Ross would catch no passes, which is exactly what he did at Cincinnati.
yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. He drew
Daniel
triple
reminds
coverage
us that
against
West Virginia lost to Notre Dame in 1989. I'm sure you will never forget that, Daniel.
Yeah, I looked it up. They've never beaten Notre Dame in a bowl game, but they're 1-3 during like the quote regular season. So, what is
Paul Brown is Ohio football. Absolutely correct. Paul Brown was the coach of the Massillon, the great Massillon teams that won the national high school football championship. Coached at Ohio State, won a national championship. Coached for the Cleveland Browns, won a world championship, and then founded the Cincinnati Bengals. So Paul Brown is Mr. Football in Ohio. He is recognized at all locations. Even though they renamed it Paycor, I still refer to it as Paul Brown Stadium there in Cincinnati. But yeah, you can go to Massillon. They've got a statue up of him in Massillon as well.
that his son that still owns the Bengals?
Yes, his son still owns the Bengals, although I think he's a bastard because he's got no football knowledge whatsoever.
Well, like, I mean, he makes a lot of. He's very cheap. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we know he's cheap.
Ever want to know how copper wire got invented? Mike Brown saw a penny on the street.
I mean, they're the only team without it. There are teams in the G6 with an indoor facility, and the Bengals don't have one.
They've got the bubble.
They got the bubble, sure.
Prior to that, it was they had to play underneath and I'm not shitting you.
It's underneath an overpass, right?
Was underneath an overpass,
Yeah.
and you could literally yell out the window to people, and they would be able to hear you.
Wow.
Browns and Bengals should just merge. No, that would be like dividing by zero. That would be the end of the universe.
Could be the Steagles back in the was that during the war? The Steagles, Browns, or the Eagles and Steelers. Steagles. They could be the Beagles.
I'm talking about present day based on the Ravens trade for Crosby. Our offensive line is in shambles right now. Well, hey, you and me both. I mean, Cincinnati just signed an offensive lineman the other day, an offensive guard, but you know,
Browns have a Super Bowl level. Browns have a Super Bowl level defense. Not gonna lie, they really do. That offense is just.
Fun fact: Trent Williams for the Niners is my little cousin. Why don't you have Trent Williams jump on here and cut us an interview and leave us a super chat? And they've still been to more Super Bowl than the Lions and the Browns combined. Yes, the Bengals have been to 3 Super Bowls. The Ravens have been to more Super Bowls. Everybody's been to more Super Bowls combined than the Lions and the Browns, pretty much.
I can't say much. I'm a Mariners fan. We're the only baseball team to never make a World Series. So, the only one. Forget winning it. We're the only one that hasn't played in it.
And I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan, and we haven't made a World Series since 1990.
Yeah, but at least you got there. I'd like to get
We
there.
got there. We won several too.
I'm like, if we'd have
We won
beaten the
several.
Blue Jays this year, we would have gotten there and gotten smoked by the Dodgers just like Jays did. Probably would have. I don't think it would have gone 7. I don't know if we could have done that.
I only know the Lions because of the Thanksgiving game. Otherwise, I wouldn't know they exist. Listen, the Lions had a valiant effort a couple years ago, and they just, I think they were up like 35-3 over somebody and let them come back. And it might have been the Rams. Like, let them get back in the game in the playoffs. And it was pretty awful.
Well, they were like, I mean, they were the number 1 seed last year, and the Commanders just beat the brakes off of them. Like,
well, the Commanders will do that to you.
And I mean, now they got guys retiring and asking for their release, and asking for trades. I don't know what's going on in Detroit, but
I don't know. But if you're decent, try and get a trade with Cincinnati. We could use you, especially offensive linemen. I know they've got the kid we could have drafted instead of Jamar Chase. Who was that kid from Oregon? Puimolau or offensive lineman.
The offensive line. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know you're talking about, but
he's a good offensive lineman. He's done fantastic for the Detroit Lions, and we could have had him, but we had to get Jamar Chase, which you can throw a ball to anybody, but if you're on your ass getting injured like Joe Burrow is, that does not tend to compute. The Mariners came so close last year, hot start to the ALCS, too. Maybe this year will be their year.
I know. I was at Game 5 against the Tigers. Sat there, and actually we never sat. We just stood the whole game. It was wild.
Amazing Blue and Jan Hoke both got it as Panay Sewell.
Yeah,
Panay Sewell. Yeah, could have got him.
Like,
we didn't
think
get
of his last name to save my life. He's probably the most athletic tackle in the league. Just like saying something.
All this complaining about NFL teams, try being a Cowboys fan. Try being a Cowboys fan. Yes. America's team with, what, 7 championships?
6.
Must be rough. Must be rough. I'm sorry, Marcus. It must be rough having 6 world championships and having the most viable franchise in all of professional sports.
Actually, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is you can't watch any of those games that they won on Blu-ray, let alone stream them. They're still on VHS.
I noticed Moen tends to cuss a lot when talking about the Bengals. Moen does cuss a lot when talking about the Bengals.
Look, the Bengals and Browns are your pennants for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
That's right. That's why the common joke in Ohio is, why doesn't Columbus have a professional football team? Because if Columbus had one, then Cleveland and Cincinnati would want one as well. So we'll end it with that, John Boxleiter. Becky, do you have anything you want to one for the road, last call for alcohol, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to point out that the NCAA didn't really want any involvement from the government from like their inception in like 1900 until 2021. And since 2021, they're begging and pleading for the government to step in and do something. And I find it just absolutely hysterical that for 100+ years, they didn't do a damn thing to like take their bylaws and make them more modern. So now they're getting their butts handed to them every single time they go to court. And it's not just the athletes doing it. The conferences are doing it to them too. The schools are doing it to them. So it's like, at some point, NCAA, you guys screwed this up on your own. Like, you should have fixed your rules when certain laws got passed over the decades, and you just never did. And now every lawyer salivates over the fact that they know they're going to beat you in court. Also, it does not help that some of these judges are crooked as all get go. like in Mississippi.
Why can't we go back to the way things used to be?
I'm just saying.
Go back to the way things.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know how a booster for your school ends up as the judge in the case. Like that should never have happened. I'm sorry, should not have happened.
Conflicting interests, but we'll allow it. I want to thank Becky for filling in for Ute tonight. We appreciate having Becky here, and as a member of the team, she always has an interesting perspective that she can lend to college football and sports in general. Former college athlete, former member of the U.S. Navy. We want to thank her for her service, both here on the College Football Mafia and the military, and on the softball diamond. We know she's out there still playing softball. I think you're getting a little up there in years, Becky. I wasn't going to say anything, but
I mean, I was playing like 6 days a week. We're down to like 3. Just 43 and almost 44 is not like ideal. Probably going to be shrinking it down to 1 day a week.
She plays more softball than an Amish team, so let's put it that way. And the Amish love to play softball. For those that don't live around any Amish people,
good. They're like insanely good.
They are very good. They play softball pretty consistently through the spring.
They're out there. I'm going to point this out. If you guys find the videos, they are out there in like bare feet.
Yeah. They like softball. They enjoy gambling on softball too, even though they're not supposed to gamble, but they will gamble on softball. I want to thank Becky for joining us tonight. I want to thank Nate for joining us tonight. You should be back with us here next week. We will find out whether or not he secured any MD 2020 on his travels home. I don't know why. I think I put that taste in him. I put that mad dog in him. I think he got that dog in him now.
No, they don't have anything that strong in Utah.
That's probably true. They probably don't have anything that strong in Utah, but he's going to try and do it anyway. We got one more super chat here. Churchill said you can always count on CFB to do the right thing after they've tried everything else.
You know what? Just remember, as we get to this, that you may be pulled off of TV if you decide to leave your conference.
That's true.
Ask Louisiana Tech.
Ask Louisiana Tech, who wants to go to the Sun Belt.
They're literally suing to be on TV right now.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Jacober Cat. I don't have the defuck soundbite yet, but I will get that soon. Eventually, trust me, maybe by this Sunday. This Sunday at 8 will be myself and Rock and Rant for Mowing After Dark. After that, it'll be Tuesday for another Bombers Blitz, and then on Thursday, or I believe we've got a regular video dropping between you and Rock and Rant, looking at ACC TV viewership, and then on Thursday there will be a Mowing Confidential. It'll be very interesting and enlightening Mowing Confidential. I think you will want to tune in for that if you're a member. I want to thank Becky, Nate, and everybody who joined us tonight. Once again, I want to send a shout out to Ryan Willie. Say thank you. Hope you're feeling better, and we will catch you guys next Friday. Peace out.